The other day I showcased a bunch of new mods that kind of brought some Jurassic World Rebirth dinosaurs to life here in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Some fantastic mods, but since then we have had a whole new mod pack dedicated to bringing these dinosaurs to the game, with not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different species, but 7 new species and new cosmetics for Jurassic World Evolution 2. So today we are going to take a look at the Jurassic World Rebirth Pack Part 1 made by the 5 devs, i.e. Ben 124, Trip, Flynn and Glitch. The first of our 7 new creations is then, of course, the Titanosaurus. And I've got to say this one has turned out really well. They've got the frill thing here nice and skinny, as you can see. Looking fantastic like that. Has those spines going down as well to kind of more resemble that goldfish kind of fin sort of styling there. Comes in myriad colours and it's kind of sweet. I mean, they're inside each other, but from what we've heard, they were going to be inside each other in Jurassic World Rebirth anyway, so that kind of tracks. We can take a look at the head there. You can see again we've got that big sort of nasal bump sort of area and the second fin atop the neck. So now there are 2 Titanosaurus mods. You can use that for some sexual dimorphism, you can mix things up, but of course, as I say, several species to take a look at. Let's take a look at number 2. So next up, of course, we have our Jurassic World Rebirth Tyrannosaurus Rex. Remodeled as well. This is not just the standard in-game model. You can see it's bulkier, it's thicker, it's got that heft that the Rebirth Tyrannosaurus Rex always has. Let's pop into this properly. No, I'm not going to pop into anything. Just let you see the skin coloration there a little bit better. I can't speak English today. What's going on? But yeah, this is the Rebirth Rex. The coloration is maybe a little bit more subtle than people will be expecting. You can see it's not very green, it's not sort of very yellow. I would maybe have dialed up the colour a little bit, but it's worth noting that a lot of that coloration probably comes from the colour grading of the film as opposed to the actual model and design of the Rex itself. The film is very, very green. It kind of got made less green over time, but it's still a very green, very yellow, very warm coloured film. So that maybe changes the colour of the Rex a little bit. I still maybe would have preferred this one to be a little bit greener and stuff like that, but I've got no doubts they've based this very strongly on the actual coloration of the dinosaur. And it's a pretty sweet looking Rex, it really is. It does feel menacing and bulky in the way the Rex really does. Combine this... Well said, buddy. Now, I'm going to pop you out of the way, Rexy. Well, not really Rexy. People have been trying to come up with a name for this Rebirth Rex, and I've seen quite a few different ones suggested so far. I don't think anything has... What's going on here? Anything's quite taken off entirely yet, but let's check out our 3rd new species. Okay, they've kind of gotten stuck. Okay, they've kind of gotten stuck. They are in there, but yeah, there we go, your cosmetic name. So what we get is, of course, the red Compsognathus. These were only seen briefly in one scene in the film, but it is a brand new red coloration for the Compy. This is just a skin, this just recolors the Compy to look redder. Obviously the Titanosaurus is a new species, the Rex has a new thicker model, but the Compys are just a little bit red. Now I think we can probably vary up the skins a little bit on those. I'm just going to pop a bunch of these down. I think that might be the one we're actually looking for here. Yeah, there we go, very cool. Super red Compy. But the mod is also going to bring in some other very cool stuff. Let's go check it out. Because the very first of those is our Anurognathus, our weird froggy creature brought to life here in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So you can see we've got the sort of Jeholopterus sort of body, but the fluff's been removed. The head looks a little bit froggier as it does in the film. And of course we've got this vibrant green coloration. The Anurognathus again was barely in the film, very briefly popped up. But you know, why not? We want everything in. That's what we're like as a franchise set of fans, right? That's what we're like as Jurassic fans. We want absolute. If it's on the screen in any context, we want it in the game. People are still asking for Teratophonius, for example, to make it into evolution. All right, guys, calm down. This is a PG-13 channel. Thank you very much. But yeah, looks pretty sweet. I didn't have a official Rebirth skin for this one to work from. I don't believe. I think it's just got a. Oh no, it does. This is the Rebirth skin. Did it have quite a strong underbelly? I thought the counter shading was a little bit softer than this. But again, I'm kind of splitting hairs here. It's pretty cool to have it, and it's pretty cool to have another, you know, Jeholopterus, Anurognathus style pterosaur in there. Something small, something that's going to feed from the insectivore. This is something the game really didn't take advantage of in any real way, so pretty cool to have more of those in our collection. Well, in the film, the Anurognathus helps keep them alive from the Quetzalcoatlus. Let's see if it can do it again. What a stunner. Possibly the highlight of the pack for me personally. I think this is one of the best done creatures in the entire pack. We have, of course, got that Rebirth Quetzalcoatlus with a proper Jurassic World Rebirth skin. Definitely looks like the one from the film this time around. Just going to get you into a little bit of light, hopefully. There we go, lovely stuff. So we've got that bright blue coloration behind the eyes. We've got the striping as well. Of course, the head shape has changed pretty dramatically, and that crest has moved from the back of the head, where it probably should be, to the front of the beak in this much more aggressive sort of styling. Even got those dots along there, breaking through this kind of crackly, bony sort of texture. The eyes look the same, got that mottling of hair down there at the back, and then this lovely blue/orange coloration all along the wings and across that feathered body. I do probably prefer the Dominion Quetzalcoatlus, all things told, but this has a lovely burst of colour, looks fantastic in game, is kind of a beauty. And if you're going to build a Rebirth style park, which we are, this is something we'll be doing pretty bloody soon. I've been waiting for this pack to get started, because we can use this one in combination with the other pack and really make something cool. And yeah, this is going to be a highlight creature for that pack, to say the least. One absolute stunner. Well done, buddy. Thank you. That's what it sounds like, in case you were curious. Also, Frontier. If for some reason you're watching this video, I am begging you for a missed item in Jurassic World Evolution 3. This little mod that adds like a placeable missed item. Just look how cool that looks. Look how dramatic you can make these scenes look. Look how cinematic you can make everything look. Just by the... I mean, that is beautiful stuff right there. This is part of another mod. Adds a little mist item that spawns this low-lying ground mist, and it really does look incredible. What is it? What is it? It's an Anthostega. A interesting conclusion into the pack, to say the least. The Anthostega is, we don't know if it was an Anthostega. This is kind of what they're assuming based on what we saw in the film. Now, Anthostega is a stem tetrapod, if I remember correctly. And you'll have noticed we had a strange amphibious sort of creature popping up a few times throughout the film. It was seen climbing a tree at one point. It's linked into the water at some point. I think it popped up twice across Jurassic World Rebirth if you've seen the film. And they've brought it into the pack, which is really cool. I don't know if it is a Anthostega, but I think that's a pretty good shot, and this does look very similar to the one we saw in the film. They've made it entirely aquatic. Would be cool to also see maybe a terrestrial version of this as well, especially when we come to Jurassic World 3. Of course, creatures like this are going to be... creatures like this are going to be much cooler in Evolution 3, because whilst you won't be able to transition from land to lagoon, you will be able to transition from land into swimming. And that's going to be really, really exciting stuff, although it sounds like a nightmare for the animators. Either way, I think the Anthostega is actually really, really well made. I love the unique patterning it's got, this kind of uppy-downy, stripy pattern down here at the back. Uppy-downy is, I believe, the official terminology for this style of pattern. It's a very cool looking creature. It's unique. I would like this just in a pack, never mind, you know, the Rebirth specificity of it all. But Rebirth specificity, it sure is. And there we have our final creature, number 7 for the pack. We have the Rebirth Mosasaurus come to life. Beautiful. We've got that really interesting tail shape there at the back. We've got that beautiful white counter shading. We even have the striations. I've completely forgotten the name of these, but you see these a lot on whales, and the purpose of them on whales is actually to allow them to unhinge their jaw, consume more water, consume more food at once. Now that doesn't really make sense for the Mosasaurus, but it's a cool that they've applied the detail there. You can see these kind of banded striations there along the stomach. We've got that slight green coloration to the body, quite subtle there, and that spotted dappled pattern, and then a hint of the scoots and those crocodilian features from the other Mosasaurus going along the back. But I think it's safe to say this is a pretty incredible looking Mosa. I think that's a real beautiful creature. I would have been very happy if this was the original one we had, and I suspect if we get this in Evolution 3 as well, this will be the only one I use going forward. I do think it is a big improvement just by de-scooting it, just by decrocodilizing it. There you go, there's a new official terminology for you. Just going to give you a quick, little more direct comparison between the dinosaurs and the prehistoric species that have new body cosmetics. 3 of them are new variants, of course, on existing creatures. The Compsognathus, kind of just a new skin, not a new body morph. But those really, we've already kind of checked out the Rex, so we don't need to go too much into the Rex. We can see especially again how the skull has been remodeled, and it actually feels a little bit smaller in general, but it feels bulkier. If we move over to the Quetz, same sort of deal. You can see the head is a lot bigger in general. The beak is a whole lot thicker there. And again, I feel like it's maybe a little bit shorter, but a little bit thicker at the same time. They are, of course, based on the same rig and stuff like that. So not too different in terms of sizes, but definitely very, very different feeling Quetzalcoatluses, to say the least. And finally, we've got the Mosasaurus. So you can see there's a lot of changes here just to the body in general. We've got that lack of the scoots. We've got the thicker shape again. Something Rebirth is very keen on is all the dinosaurs and all the prehistoric species feeling bulky and thick. Even the fins there are thicker than the ones, and also higher placed on the body. The counter shading is a lot more prominent, and that is basically your lot. The tail shape is really interesting. Probably not as accurate, actually, funnily enough, in some ways, but definitely interesting, to say the least. So if you want to look at all of them, I mean, you can't really see it from this distance, but there you are, all laid out like so. A really, really cool pack. Can't wait to see what they're doing for the D-Rex, for the Mutodons, for the Velociraptors, for all the other creatures we're missing. Now, I thought it'd be a shame to have all these fantastic Rebirth dinosaurs and not really do anything with them. So we're going to have a little bit of a fight, just bringing 2 of these dinosaurs together in a classic battle. But to do that, we're going to need some help from another mod. My personal absolute favourite of all the Rebirth mods out there at the moment, this incredible Spinosaurus by Viral Cyclops, Draco Warrior, and Game Videos for Life. Of course, we talked about this and looked at all the skins the other day. We're not going to do that anymore today, but what I do want to see is this Spinosaurus square up against our new Rebirth Tyrannosaurus Rex, a recreation of the Jurassic Park 3 fight, but with these new modern gen models. Let's see how it goes down. Very cool. Looks absolutely fantastic. The Mosas decided to kill each other. I thought we'd enjoy that in some slow motion along the way. Right, so they're finally squaring up to each other after what felt like about half an hour. Big first hit from the Spino there. You can see the Spino actually has a pretty sizable size advantage, but it is worth noting, of course, this Spinosaurus, even more than the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, is designed for aquatic travails and combat. It's got that big flappy paddle tail there at the back. We've got that big sail as well, and the general strange body shape. So even more than the JP3 Spinosaurus, this one is a water-borne creature, but it seems to have done quite well. Seems to have won round 1 against our new Rebirth Tyrannosaurus Rex. And yes, I put a lot of mist in. I'm addicted, okay? Leave me alone. It just looks so good. It looks so good. Look at it, prime tail up. It's like like an anxious cat or something ready to do battle. Come on, Rebirth Rex, you're the new one. We've seen the Spino before. It's old hat. It's old news. But you're getting whomped, son. You're getting whomped. On the land as well. It's not even moist, man. It's not even moist, man. Oh, good hit, though. Good hit. That's the first solo hit this Rex has had. Do a little dance amongst each other. Rex is going to run away yet again because the fighting system in this game is a bit of a nightmare, if we're totally honest. I wish they didn't do this. I guess the idea is it gives you a chance to, you know, save your dinosaurs, pop in, give them a little bit of a heal. Not every fight has to be a fight to the death, but I think more fights probably should be a fight to the death. It's never a one round, one battle and done. It's always a, okay, we're going to try to murder each other, but then I'm going to go have a nap. Oh, and the Rex died. Oh, basically I was starving them as well. They can't have food. That's not allowed. Your competitors, your combatants, and well, while they were being starved, the Spino got it to low enough health that it couldn't recover. All right, round 3, Electric Bug Elite. You can do it this time, Rex. You can do it, buddy. I believe in you. Probably, maybe. I don't really, but I could believe in you. You don't know that I don't believe in you. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. Got its neck broken the first time, starved to death the second time. What's going to happen the third time? Get that in the mist. Oh, baby. Someone has to win this fight eventually, right? You would think. Big hit from the Spino there. I'm going for the Alan Grant perspective. Woo! Need a log to protect me though. Oh, Rex, it's not looking good. No, Spino, just finish it off, man. Just one hit is all it needs. One kiss is all it takes. This is finally going to be the one. Oh. I didn't get a great angle of it, but it happened. It finally happened at least. And the Spino runs off to celebrate in the misty morn. There you go, Rex. Well, you put up a valiant fight that time around, but it's safe to say that it wasn't meant to be. Of course, these aren't any stronger or any different than what we would expect, but felt like honouring a classic. But in the meantime, of course, go give the mod makers tons of love. They very much deserve it. I will link the mod down below, and I'll also link the Spinosaurus down below in case you missed that from the previous video. It is, as I say, still my favourite of the Rebirth creatures. I think it has been incredibly well made, to say the least. Although I'm falling mightily in love with this Titanosaurus, which has a really nicely done head modelling job as well. Oh, no, off you pop. I'm sorry. I got too close. So that is it from me. Thank you so much for joining me, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, and sentient balls of light. Throw me a like if you enjoyed the video. Stick around for lots more Jurassic World Evolution in the build up to Evolution 3. We're going to be doing tons more Evolution 2 content. I know I've neglected it a little bit over the years, and I'm going to try to fix that, basically. So I hope you'll stick around for lots more Evo content. I'll see you lovely folks then. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.
Road.